Hello everyone, I'm Jay Dickey, President of American Heritage Partners, and I want to welcome you to another episode of American Heritage Moments, our ongoing series of short stories about key events and key people in American history. We welcome your feedback on any of our programs. Just go to our website, AmericanHeritagePartners.org, and send us your comments and questions on our Contact Us page. While you're there, please check out our upcoming events, including presentations by various subject matter experts on a range of topics related to American history, some of which will be live streaming on Zoom. We also invite you to follow us on our Facebook page, which contains regular posts on historical subjects that might be of interest to you. So today I want to talk about Teddy Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States. Besides his many political accomplishments, Roosevelt is remembered as a colorful character who lived life to the fullest. A cattle rancher, a war hero, a naturalist, an explorer, and an author of several popular books, among other things. Some historians consider him one of our nation's greatest presidents. He was certainly one of our most memorable presidents. So Theodore Roosevelt Jr. was born in 1858 in New York City. The Roosevelts were descendants of a prominent Dutch-American family, which includes another U.S. president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Although as a child Roosevelt was homeschooled, he later attended Harvard College, graduated in 1880, and then he returned to New York and attended Columbia Law School. After his father's death, Roosevelt became independently wealthy. He married Alice Hathaway Lee in 1880. She died 4 years later after giving birth to their only daughter, Alice. In the meantime, Roosevelt had begun his political career, joining the New York State Assembly in 1881. After several political missteps, he retired from politics in 1883 and turned to cattle ranching in the Dakota Territory. In 1886, however, a severe winter storm wiped out his herd and he was forced to abandon the ranch. He returned to New York, where he remarried in December 1886 and returned to New York politics. In 1894, he became president of the New York Police Commission and pursued an aggressive reform agenda. By 1898, he was governor of New York and being groomed for national office. Just a few years later, he was recruited by William McKinley to be his running mate for the U.S. presidency. McKinley was elected in 1900, and Roosevelt assumed his position as vice president in March 1901. Tragically, McKinley was assassinated in September, and Roosevelt was sworn in as president on September the 14th, 1901, at age 42. He was the youngest president in American history. As president, Roosevelt was a reformist and a progressive. While he was a proponent of a strong military, he was also an advocate for peaceful solutions to international disputes and was instrumental in bringing about an end to the Russo-Japanese War. For this, he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1906. He was re-elected president in 1904. After serving out his term in 1908, he left the Republican Party and formed the Progressive Party. Pretty much a counterproductive move, as the ensuing split vote in the 1912 presidential election allowed Woodrow Wilson to be elected president. Roosevelt was a sharp critic of Wilson's presidency, in particular his leadership, or lack thereof, during World War I. But Roosevelt did not live to see the final outcome. He died just a few weeks after the armistice was signed in 1918, ending the war, but which did not end the political conflicts that were resolved by the Treaty of Versailles in June of 1919. Roosevelt passed away at his home in Sagamore Hill, New York, after experiencing several months of respiratory problems allegedly caused by jungle diseases he may have contracted during his expeditions in the Amazon. The specific cause of death was a pulmonary embolism. He died in the early morning hours on January 6, 1919, at the age of 60, and was buried not far from his home on a hillside overlooking Oyster Bay. Today, Sagamore Hill is a National Historic Site featuring the Theodore Roosevelt Museum, and it's listed on the National Register of Historic Places. So today, we honor the memory of Teddy Roosevelt, one of the most colorful and accomplished presidents of the United States. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on American Heritage Moments.